Us. Stock market drops amid weak jobs data and global sell-off. Stocks plummeted on Friday as concerns grew that the U.S. economy is weakening under the pressure of high interest rates aimed at curbing inflation. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by 610 points, or 1.5%, while the S&P 500 dropped 1.8%, marking its first consecutive losses of at least 1% since April. The Nasdaq composite also declined, falling 2.4% as the sell-off spread globally and returned to Wall Street. The sharp declines followed a report indicating that U.S. job growth slowed significantly in the past month, far below economists' expectations. This added to a series of disappointing economic reports earlier in the week, including a further decline in U.S. manufacturing activity, which has been particularly affected by high interest rates. Just days earlier, U.S. stock indexes had surged after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hinted that inflation had slowed enough to potentially warrant interest rate cuts starting in September. However, the recent weak economic data has fueled fears that the Fed may have maintained its high interest rates for too long, risking a significant slowdown in the economy. Currently, traders are betting on a 70% chance that the Fed will reduce its main interest rate by half a percentage point in September, despite Powell stating that such a significant cut was not under consideration. While the U.S. economy is still growing, concerns are mounting about the possibility of a recession. The markets were already on a downward trajectory before the jobs report, with several major technology companies reporting underwhelming profits. Amazon's stock dropped 8.8% following weaker than expected revenue and a disappointing profit forecast for the upcoming quarter. Intel experienced its worst day in 50 years, falling 26.1% after missing profit forecasts and suspending its dividend payment. In contrast, Apple managed a slight gain of 0.7% after reporting better than expected profit and revenue. However, even Apple and other major tech stocks have seen momentum wane recently, as concerns grow that their prices have become overinflated. The broader market was also affected, with the Russell 2000 index of smaller stocks dropping 3.5%. The S&P 500 closed down 100.12 points to 5,346.56. The Dow fell 610.71, 2.27, closed down 146.10.7. In the bond market, Treasury yields fell sharply as traders anticipated more aggressive rate cuts from the Federal Reserve. The yield on the 10-year Treasury dropped to 3.79%, down from 3.98% on Thursday and 4.70% in April. International markets also suffered, with Japan's Nikkei 225 dropping 5.8% following an interest rate hike by the Bank of Japan, which strengthened the yen and hurt exporters. Chinese stocks fell as investors were disappointed with the government's latest economic measures, and European stock indexes also declined by more than 1%.